Okay, so now we're going to look at how to find the exact values for tangent using the unit circle. But before we do that, let's remind ourselves of a few things that we learned back at the beginning of trig. When it came to the ratio for tangent of the angle, or tangent of theta, is the opposite side over the adjacent side. Now, if we were to put this triangle on the unit circle where theta is at the origin, the opposite side would represent the y value and the adjacent side would be your x, which is how we come up with the ratio of y over x. So we're going to use this to help us find exact values from the unit circle. So we have tangent of 4 pi over 3. So just like what we did with our sine and cosine, we first find 4 pi over 3 on the unit circle. Now the difference is it's not just a simple look at the ordered pair and figure it out. You have to actually take a combination of these two using the ratio for your tangent, which is y over x. So we would set it up as negative square root of 3 over 2 over negative 1/2. When you're dividing fractions, easiest thing to do is keep it. So keep the first fraction, change it to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So you would get negative 2 over 1. Now from here, you could multiply straight across, or you could simplify as it is. So like 2 over 2 is going to be a 1. And a negative times a negative is a positive. So we have the square root of 3 over 1, which is simply just the square root of 3. Okay, tangent of 3 pi. Well, 3 pi is bigger than 2 pi, so we're going to have to use our coterminal angles to help us find one that would land on the unit circle. So we have to take 3 pi, and because it's bigger than 2 pi, we would be subtracting 2 pi. So 3 pi minus 2 pi leaves us with 1 pi, or simply just pi. And again, because we are finding the tangent says to take y over x. So we have 0 over negative 1. And when 0 is in the numerator, that gives us a value of 0. Now, as a side note, just a little reminder, if this happened to be flipped, so if it were negative 1 over 0, your answer for that would be undefined. All right, one more. Tangent of 150. So again, find 150. Use our ratio of y over x. So we have 1/2 over negative square root of 3 over 2. Again, dividing fractions, keep it, change it, flip it. So we have 1/2 times, flip the second fraction. And again, you could multiply straight across, or you can simplify. The 2 over 2 would reduce to 1. So we have negative 1 over the square root of 3. And I wish we could say we're done with this, but this takes us all the way back to chapter 6, where we had to rationalize the denominator. You cannot leave a radical in the denominator, so we have to multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3. And when we do that, in the numerator, we would end up with negative square roots of 3 over the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9, and the square root of 9 is simply just 3. There you have it. Good luck on your assignment.